Let's go!
Welcome to the Roundabout Cast, Wano edition. We're live, hot off the presses.
One Piece,
Uh,
one wish.
You're joined by Willer, Tyler, and Joe. Say hi, boys.
Hello.
That's Joe.
Hi, this is Tyler. I'm
All
here.
right. We're going to talk about 971 through 974, I believe.
Yes.
Some One Piece action. So, I mean, we could just jump right into it. We left off with Oden getting captured. And every time we do this, Joe asks, is this the week where he's gonna die? And I think we're always wrong. And this is not the week, it would be the week after. But
Yeah.
this chapter, 971, Sentenced to Boil.
However, someone does die in this chapter.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about him. What is there to say here? Toki is handling it pretty well. And then, very early in this chapter, they're holding Oden right in front of the boiling pot. And this rando just falls in there and has, like, the most brutal death. We have so many inside jokes about this one guy.
And nobody dies in One Piece.
Except that guy.
That guy 100% died. I'm more convinced that this guy died than Ace did.
Yeah,
I mean, just look at that panel where his corpse is just lying in the ground.
It looks like this flesh melted off his face.
It did. It did melt off his face.
Jesus, Oda. First he's drawing cannibalism backstories, and then he's melting people's faces.
Yeah.
We get insane now, boys. So, Oden has to survive here for an hour, and...
Well, he says that if they can all get into the pot and survive for an hour, they can all go.
Right.
The big thing is Oden takes the wooden plank that they walk across and holds it above the pot.
Which is an iconic panel, man. This panel looks fantastic with all of the samurai on top of the plank.
Yeah.
They're freaking out about it. Actually, let me see some people's reactions here, because it might be interesting to read these chapters again and looking at the trader who is here, who we would discuss later.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, do not listen to these talks until you've caught up with all these chapters, because there's some shit coming up.
Big spoilers.
So a majority of this chapter, it's an amazing chapter, but you can really just boil it down to Oden is... that was unintentional. You can boil it down to Oden's in the pot and, what's her name? The ninja girl. Shinobu is crying out to the people and telling them the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of development on, like, we get revealed on why he was dancing around the entire time.
True.
Shinobu.
Yeah.
And we really see, like, the people who were kind of against Oden the entire time.
Yeah, they made fun of him up until now, where they see the truth.
Yeah. They think it's very interesting.
That's kind of a running theme in One Piece, and it's, I guess, townsfolk. They range from, like, really supportive and defiant to, like, very dumb and unhelpful. And this is a case where they start in one end and end up in the other. We also get the reveal of Orochi's motivation, which is because his family was hunted down and he had the opportunity he's going to amass all this power to just inflict revenge on the entire country.
Yeah.
Which I actually kind of like this motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Oda has a weakness, and I'll talk about it later, of over-vilifying villains.
Yeah.
Like, he makes really fun to hate villains, but he's not, like, out here making JoJo villains or American drama villains where there's multiple sides to them. They're usually just evil. And this is a case where they're just evil, but we're at least getting a motivation, and it's a motivation I like. Like, it's so...
Well,
like, Orochi is so just rotten to the core because of stuff that has happened to his past. He's also done it with Doflamingo, so he's increasingly trying to explore these semi-justified, but I'm using the word justified very loosely because these guys get very evil. But they all have a starting point.
I think it's definitely more of a theme that's going forward in, like, this section of One Piece, because it's almost like in order for you to be a great pirate, you have to have a very strong motivation to become that.
Mm.
In comparison to like Buggy or Crocodile or whoever before the New
Or they're
World,
just
who's
greedy or evil or mad.
Waffle. Like they're gonna grab their stakes and they're gonna sit on it. But everyone else after here, like there's something like deep inside of them that's pushing them. Like
even Hody Jones, who
Yeah.
is by no means my favorite villain, I thought he had pretty good motivations as well.
he has this like intense drive to like a lot of the motivations going forward for major arcs have been like revenge based against society, which is
Mhm.
interesting.
Mm.
And I think that's getting to the point where like Oda is going to explore now the Revolutionary Army's concepts later when they show up and become more important compared to these people, because you kind of have to think about they're almost the same thing where like the Revolutionary Army is repelling against the world government and going against society, but these villains are so against society as well, but taking a whole different approach to like
Yeah.
just destroy it rather than change it.
Yeah, I like that, Joe. And don't forget this theme of the Dawn that's present in One Piece, where Luffy is the Dawn, or maybe the Straw Hats are the Dawn, where they're going to open up the next chapter in the world's history. Get us out of these dark times. And don't forget that the Thousand Sunny is a literal sun.
Yeah.
So it's like the sun that leads to the dawn.
That's a big setup for 600 chapters later.
Big setup. You know this, man.
You know what? After rereading this chapter and like seeing some of the future chapters, look how happy Kaido is interacting with Oden.
Yeah.
Yeah, he enjoys vilifying against Oden.
He does, but it's like it's he kind of has this Joker vibe to him in the future, where he just drinks nonstop.
Yeah.
And in this newest chapter, like there's some talk, but I mean, he seemed to like he was gonna hold up his end of the deal, and he's like, oh, that's cheating. Orochi's like, oh, that's cheating, and Kaido's like, nah, man, like let him do it, see if he survives.
Yeah.
And it really shows that Kaido doesn't. I don't think Kaido really cares what happens. Like he's just getting paid.
I think he cares more now than he does in the present, where he's just so done with life. He seemed to enjoy just the spectacle of this at this point. The Kaido we know today, like he just wants to fight the whole world until he dies.
Yeah.
I think, and when we get to this next chapter, like when we talk about the most current chapter, I have a hot take.
Ooh, a hotake.
Our hot takes are always great. Man, this chapter was fucking fire, but nothing compared to the next chapter.
I really like this chapter. The one thing I didn't like was the Shinobu part felt a little rushed.
Yeah, I agree, but I think part of that too is like
the ninja just let it happen, so it was kind of like,
yeah,
they could have just silenced her. So it's one of those things.
Don't worry, come anime, that'll be 2 episodes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So, I mean, mentioning that, on to the next chapter, the ninja stop her eventually. We're like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
So she got her words in. The townsfolk are engaged. I didn't mention it, but the townsfolk were the reason why Oden did this, was because Orochi threatened to undercoverly kill townsfolk as long as, or he wouldn't do it as long as Oden complied and danced like an idiot.
I don't think it was just killing. I think it was kidnapping them and selling them. I think it was basically human trafficking.
You think so? Huh.
Yeah, he had them all captured in that storeroom and everything, and there was 100 slaves a day or something like that. I believe that's what it said.
I thought it was 100 lives a day, but that's,
I think by lives he means like shipping them off to the Celestial Dragons, because you have to think about it, they have all those slaves.
Yeah,
and
they gotta get them somewhere.
What better to get them from than from a place that no one knows about, no one goes to, and no one has any contact with? So like, and it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Orochi gets super rich off of it, and he destroys the whole country at the same time.
Yeah. In this next chapter, as Oden is boiling, the samurai are arguing with each other. They start sending out the news of the truth through bows and arrows, which is also pretty goofy. But it lets the other daimyos know the truth.
Let Sonic know.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog knows.
So okay, so we're looking at Sonic, and he has this little boy behind that's looking at him with two swords crossed, and his head's covered. Is that Zoro's mentor? I'm just kidding.
Oh, stop it. All of our talks about Zoro's mentor and his big feet were for nothing.
Nothing.
We did it for nothing. Oden has a really good line here where I will be clear with you. They're going to kill me today.
Yeah.
But he goes on to this amazing speech where he wants them to open Wano, and he throws the scabbards, but I think it's his final lines that really made us like really love this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Where, what does he say? I am a story to accompany your drinks. I am Oden. I was born to boil. That is so badass.
You
skip
all the way to the end, man, but yes.
I mean, we can double back if you want. I just want, that's the thing I really wanted to bring up in this chapter, but
I guess I like to theorize a little bit, because Oden sat in this pot for an hour.
Yeah.
A full hour.
And he's struggling. Like, this is One Piece, like, feats, but it's not like he was just chilling the whole hour, which I'm glad. Like, this killed him.
Yeah. Like, even if I think if Kaido didn't shoot him, he'd still probably would have gone out and just collapsed and died.
Like, his organs are probably, like, a nice, like, medium rare inside.
Yeah. Like, he knew going into this that he was going to die. Like, either by the pot or by someone interfering and killing him. But the point being is that he couldn't let everyone else die. And it's an interesting... So that kind of brings up the debate, and it's also like... So one of Oden's big flaws is that he does everything by himself.
Right.
And that's brought up multiple times in like other forums and everything. And I think you're right, but also it's kind of a weird thought that like maybe Oden realized that it's better, they have a better chance if everyone but him survives rather than vice versa. So it might be this might be the point where Oden realizes that like I'm not gonna be able to save everyone, but everyone can save themselves, kind of deal.
Contrasting this to Luffy,
yeah.
He sometimes takes the burden onto himself, but he never really objects when other people are like, "No, we're gonna go fight with you, Luffy."
Yeah, and I think that's and like that even happens in like in its lobby and in my brain's hurting. The only time that kind of really wasn't true was in Marineford, where he's just like, "I'm gonna go rescue Ace," and everyone's like, "Well, calm the fuck down."
Well, no, because it's not like he wasn't like, you guys can't help me. It was like, I'm gonna go rescue Ace, and he's not
compromising anything about that. Like, he was the one that's going to go up there during that time. Like, he was headstrong. He wasn't going to sit back and do something else. He was going to go rescue Ace at that point.
A thing that really sets Luffy apart from Oden is particularly his speech in Arlong Park all the way back, where he's like, I can't do all these things alone. But that's what makes me strong, is that I'm willing to work with others, or I have my crew.
I was thinking in Whole Cake where he's begging for Sanji to come back to the crew, and he's just like, I can't be king of the pirates without you.
Yeah,
which is one of my favorite lines.
So good.
You're like, oh.
At the same time, when it comes down to it, like, Luffy will pull an Oden where he fights Katakuri. I mean, it's not like he doesn't ask for help. It's while he's fighting Katakuri, he doesn't let his pain be shown to Nami because he doesn't want them to worry about him.
Yeah.
So it's less like selfish, I guess, than what Oden is doing here.
It's it's the story of the captain with the red shirt. If I get shot with the red shirt on, no one's going to see me bleed.
Oh, that's a good one. I never heard of that.
It's a whole joke, but the idea being that like sometimes the best thing for your crew is just to not let them realize that you're in trouble or panicking. And I think at the same time, like, if they all went up against Katakuri, they all would have been like severely damaged and like beaten down rather than just Luffy.
I mean, they were sticking, like, Luffy was for one sticking to the plan. Like, you hold Katakuri off and we get to this island, you have 12 hours. And Luffy's like, oh my god, I'm in hour 1 and I'm getting my ass kicked. So.
But this chapter's great. We had this beginnings of dog and cat's argument happening. Which I thought was really good.
It's a pretty silly argument, but that's exactly what it would be,
And I mean, it's a silly argument, but at the same time, it's like I think it's best if it was this way, where it's like it's almost on the background, and it's so like it really doesn't matter, but to them it matters.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what it needs to be. It's like the giants in Little Garden. We never knew what they were fighting for, and honestly, it probably barely mattered.
Yeah, we get that reveal at the end why they were fighting, but it's just
What
there
was
to
it
like kind
again?
of who caught the biggest fish.
Yeah, exactly. It was like
Who cares?
It's the fact that it's important to them, and I think
Yeah.
that echoes here as well. Lady Toki at the end here ripping the panel as
God.
she's ripping Oden's note. That's so good.
Yeah, Toki is like
Fierce.
yeah, it's crazy to me. Toki just like I think in this one chapter like gained a lot of like just the idea of like personality of who she is.
Yeah.
And that she's or like the past few chapters even like she's always willing to stick by her husband. She's not going to question who's like what he's doing and knows that he's always doing the best for his country.
Mm-hmm.
And is willing to kind of burden that humiliation that he's taking and not worry about it because she truly believes in him.
Yeah.
And then it's so heartbreaking because it's like it's almost like this unwillingness to come to reality that he actually died.
Yeah, I could see that. Tyler, do you got anything else about this chapter?
I think my favorite part of this chapter was when Kaido has the last moment with Oden.
Yeah, I should have brought that up.
Yeah.
And it's like this is a good villain moment because a lot of the time you get like, oh yeah, plane crash. He's got to be dead, and then he comes back. And it's like no,
Yeah.
Oda just straight up says no, he's dead. This is me killing him. And I do like when somebody's dead, they're dead. But I really like Oden looking Kaido in the face right there and goes, don't make the mistake of underestimating our samurai. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
no, you haven't won yet.
I particularly like Kaido apologizing about the hag.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
you get this sense that in that scene, Kaido's crew was acting to protect their captain, and he went with
Yeah.
it. Like, he took the cheap shot, but he kind of regrets it in hindsight.
Yeah. It's yeah. I also like the fact that she's kind of killed off screen. It's,
Yeah.
It's kind of like she served her purpose and she's gone now. But what's interesting is that it kind of goes against all these other like. So like all these other characters have these like mentors that are driving them to be a certain way.
Yeah.
And I
It's
think
been
this
really
might-
prevalent. Like with
Yeah,
Treble and Strusen.
Yeah, I think this might be the first one where like they like it wasn't the person that they brought up that caused their downfall. It was Kaido that killed her or put her back.
Yeah, and we get no sense that Orochi cared one way or the other.
Yeah, which I think is interesting.
I do like also when Orochi changes his mind, Kaido doesn't really fight it. Like he
Yeah.
respects Orochi enough to be like, well, I was having fun, but whatever, you're right, let's kill him.
Yeah, he's a pirate.
It's an interesting relationship they have. Like clearly, like just shonen writing dictates that Kaido looks down on Orochi to some level, but he's also willing to work with him
They're
as
very much
equals to another level.
they're very much business partners.
Yeah.
And we see that more later in the later chapters when they're having a conversation over sake or something. And it's such a weird relationship, like in comparison to any Shonen Jump, because it's not like Kaido's waiting there to like kill Orochi. You can definitely tell Kaido needs Orochi to do what he's doing in order to keep his grip on Wano. And
But I could
Orochi's
see like him going like, all right, my use for you is later. I'm an evil One Piece villain later in this arc.
Man,
Maybe.
y'all are getting to my hot takes.
Ooh, are we? I mean, we'll save it for the end then. Next
Good,
chapter.
Wait.
Whoa!
oh
I'm stupid. I realized something. You
Yeah?
realize he yelled to Boyle after he got shot?
Yeah.
The crowd yelled to Boyle.
Did they?
oh is that what they were saying?
Because it says "wah" right under it, like the crowd's crying.
I think it's both because
Okay.
right before that they well up their chests and they yell to Boyle.
Okay.
Okay,
That's my read on it because he always said it like that was his catchphrase. So
that
they
makes
were like,
sense.
And then
as a last sign of respect, they finish his catchphrase for him
and then they have the shot of the pot of him smiling.
of him smiling.
All right,
I think
yeah, I'm ready.
I think that makes that smile even better because it makes them realize that he accomplished in
What he
reuniting
needed.
Wano. Yeah.
Too bad they all still suffered for it.
So next chapter starts with a lot of Momonosuke stuff, but it's to lead to the pirates chasing down the Scabbards and Toki. A thing to note here is that Hiyori is playing a song called The Moon Princess, and we also know that Hiyori is the one that plays the shamisen in all those scenes where like there's a lady with a mask playing that instrument. So, I mean, a big theory is that she puts on a mask whenever she plays because she cries because it reminds her of her father and all that, which is a theory that is probably true, but doesn't make full sense because she's always caked in makeup, so like she can't be crying because she'll come out looking like a clown. But whatever, it's One Piece.
Well, it's definitely like we're definitely gonna get to like they're gonna have probably have Oden's funeral at the end of this 700 chapter arc, and she's gonna and it's gonna be like a whole chapter of her playing that song basically as they walk like a procession down.
The next
the next big sake baby trap edition.
Okay. So there's something at the beginning of this.
And is
I
the cover story?
No.
That's just going on. Goaty saving Chiffon.
It's literally the first line for Momonosuke, and it's Oden saying, "Look how high you are."
Yeah.
Because obviously Momonosuke hasn't been scared of heights
yet.
And
that's very intentional, right? Yeah.
Ooh, it is, but I just now picked up on it. I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize that.
Like, and you can tell. So we'll jump to it because as they're chasing them down, Kaido gets to the family, and he's gonna kill Momonosuke because he's the son, and you got to cut off the family line.
Yeah.
And the height is what terrifies Momonosuke, and it's there to like contrast the blissful moment he has with his father to this moment where he's about to be killed and his father's also dead, and Momonosuke's crying over it even. So it's definitely a parallel there. But it's worth noting, way back when, and this is some Goda shit, I don't know if y'all saw any comments about this, but when we first met Momonosuke and he revealed his fruit, Luffy took him out for a flight, and Momonosuke's like, please don't make me fly, I'm scared of heights. And then we get this bubble of one of Kaido's lines here. Which line was it?
I'm gonna fall, it's too high. No.
I think it was, I didn't realize you were so young or something.
Oh, a dream someone else put in your mouth. I didn't realize you were so young.
I believe that was the line. Anyways, way back when we had that like thought appear in Momonosuke's head, so it's very likely that Oda had planned like Kaido tried to kill Momonosuke in the past, like in chapter 600 something, where that line was.
Yeah.
But Kaido lets them live.
That's interesting. So thinking about that, so now we have this idea of Momonosuke, and like his boogeyman is basically Kaido in heights.
Yeah. And he's been training to be brave and strong enough to kill him.
And what's interesting is Kaido can turn into a dragon, and Momonosuke can now turn into a dragon.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird, like not weird, but the idea of like the baby dragon taking on the elder dragon.
Yeah, I'm super interested to see how that'll go.
Yeah, I'm very, because like that was extremely purposeful because it was very. And the other question is like, because the big theory around Kaido right now, or the one that I like the most, is that Kaido ate the Oni fruit that turned. That he's a dragon.
He was a dragon who ate the Oni fruit. I like that one too.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting because there has to be a reason, because that one fruit was like in a container or whatever, and it was marked as failure or something in Punk Hazard that Momonosuke ate.
Yes.
So
he ate a failed slime. That's why he's kind of a goofy dragon.
You mean Smile?
Smile. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kaido must be trying to remake dragons or turn people into dragons or something. So it's gonna be interesting what his reaction to that's gonna be.
I mean,
just that whole thought.
Yeah, it could have also been Caesar working in the back, because Caesar was like he was working with Big Mom, he was working with Kaido, he was betraying both of them. Caesar was great. Looking back on Punk Hazard, that's a good arc.
That's a good arc. It's got Smoker doing stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's gonna be interesting when it comes to the showdown, because it'd be crazy if Momonosuke somehow got into like the fight with Luffy against Kaido. But I think that's just way too.
You know what? No, someone brought up the idea that like Momonosuke is going to fly Luffy into the final blow. That seems
That
like
would
a
make-
super One Piece thing to do.
Yeah, like
Because one, it's him conquering his fear for defeating his father's killer,
yeah,
and it reminds us of like Nami writing the waiver to take Nami up to to take Luffy up to the final blow of Skypiea.
yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
I'm super down for that theory.
What's the name of the little girl?
Hiyori?
Iori.
No, that picks the fruit.
Otoki.
Otomo. No,
Otomo.
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 I
Otoki's
think it's either gonna be her writing, Momonosuke, and like she's gonna be like throwing, like her little.
Pellets.
Oh, that's gonna be cute.
And she's gonna like absorb the Kaido's army, or she's either because dude,
No,
we
she
forgot
does
about
Big
Lady
Mom.
Speed. She has Lady Speed.
Yes, she does. She has a trader. We have two
Yeah.
traders active.
Yeah.
Oh,
What if-
I have a question though.
What if she feeds her cheek to Big Mom, and that's how they get Big Mom?
No, she can only control animals, and Big Mom
Oh,
is
really?
something
Yeah,
beyond.
Is
Yeah,
she
that's-
though?
Is she?
What catches dog and cat? Is that Queen?
No, it's numbers.
It's a number,
Yeah.
which is a group of characters that you did not pay attention to. I remember because they were there for like a panel. To be fair,
Yeah. I have a big theory that they were the things that were keeping an eye on Moria.
yeah, that's
And at the end-
Joe's hottest and best theory, and I hope it's
Yeah.
true.
I really hope-
no clue what y'all are
Because so
talking about.
to back that up, if you think about it, Willard, Moria's the only person that knows where Wano is, and because he stole Ryu's blade.
Holy
Is he-
shit! He stole the corpse and the blade. He came
Yeah.
here. Oh,
Yeah. So he knows where Wano is and knows what's going on here. So that's why he could be a threat.
yeah, yeah. I like that.
Mm-hmm. So
Ooh,
it's
you know who's not gonna be a threat? Gecko
Absalom.
Moria. You know who is gonna be? You know who is gonna be a threat?
Ace.
Blackbeard.
Yes, actually, very likely.
Mhm.
Though I think right now Blackbeard is midway through kidnapping Pudding, and
I think
and beating
yeah.
the shit out of Katakuri. Like right as we
God.
speak, he's probably kidnapping Pudding too, so she
Well,
can read
he's-
the Poneglyph for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of warlords left. There's Weevil, but we don't even know what the fuck
Yeah,
he's
what
doing.
the fuck is up with Weevil? That is a thing that exists in this story.
That's
Why is
not
it-
a thing that exists.
Why isn't Weevil a character in Power Warriors 4? Tell me, Willer.
Because
don't
we don't
know.
even know. We've never seen a single attack. I don't know. Have we?
Weevil is not a character that exists, and we don't need to pretend like he does.
Weevil even has all the tropes of all of our villains too. He has his mom, which is like the person that like makes him do bad things.
It's true, man. That is such a theme in second half One Piece.
One Piece. Yeah.
Don't worry about Weevil. He'll never show up.
You say that until the arc about like Weevil versus the Whitebeard remnants shows up.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Evil's gonna end up being the one who
Evil.
captures like oh, who's the snake girl?
like Boa.
The snake.
Yeah,
Boa Hancock?
Yeah, like Boa.
No,
and Weevil
because-
are gonna fight.
No, Weevil's in
No.
danger. He needs to
Yeah.
run.
Weevil's he's a warlord, so they're going after him now.
Yeah.
Oh, Hancock's super dead.
If Boa gets captured like Joe thinks, I would be so fucking pissed.
Not well, what if they introduce something that makes it like another like sea prism weapon or something?
No,
No,
it's I would be pissed because it's like, oh, we need to save this other character because we can have only one strong female character in all of One Piece, and she's a big
That's
fat mom.
What if all of them get captured?
Boa's
What about
Okay,
that?
that's better. If Mihawk somehow gets captured though, because
Mihawk is the least likely to get captured, but Buggy, Hancock, Weevil.
Boogie's sliming away.
Uh,
I
All the
yeah.
cool pirates that we need to keep alive are gonna get captured by Kobe and get recruited into Sword.
ooh. Nah, no way, no way,
I heard it
Boa.
here.
Unless Kobe's like, yo, I'm Luffy's friend, and then Bo's like, all right, you son of a
No,
bitch, I'm in.
Because Kobe is gonna end up being the most underground resistance member.
Oh yeah.
the
Is that-
deep, no, Kobe's whole motivation has been joining the Marines. There's
Yeah.
no way that he's.
Kobe's a good old boy.
I feel like if Oda were to do that, that would like undermine everything about that,
Yeah.
like about him, and especially the part coming up in the Water 7 saga that it's one of my favorites when we finally realize that we've been dealing with Kobe's time skip this entire time.
All right, to the future.
So
Nice.
the thing about this, and this is what bothers me about this, and I really, really hope we get an explanation, but I don't know if we will because everyone's dead. Why did Hiyori stay behind? Like, why would Lady Toki do this?
The reason being is that if she sends both in the, she doesn't know what's going to happen if she sends them both to the future, but she can have Hiyori stay behind, and it's better to split them up because there's more likely chances of one of them getting out alive than having them both go and they both succumbing to the same thing at the same time.
That makes sense to me, but One Piece is the kind of series where it's like, I believe in my husband, and he said in 20 years the dawn will come, so I will send all of my eggs in one basket. Like, that's just kind of like the dumb shit that would be in One Piece. But, like, she's being reasonable, so I don't know. I don't know what to believe in. Leave comments if y'all have thoughts.
I think
Why didn't
Toki...
she go with him?
Yeah, also that. Why didn't she just go as well, you know?
Because she had to make sure everyone thought Oden's family died.
I like that.
So if she dies in front, that's it.
That's why she ran out and gave her big speech to sell this tale of Oden and the death of the samurai.
Right. So when they come back, it really is a myth coming to life.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she also is the one who's like, hey, we're all dead, but also leaks, spoiler alert, we're coming back in 20 years.
LOL.
LOL.
Get ready for the
reboot.
Yeah.
The Kozuki family reboot.
At the very end for
Also, I like how they were able to get out because Kinemon can cut fire.
Yeah, Kinemon is... Guys, I love Kinemon. He's so cool.
I'm so excited for Kinemon versus Kanjuro. That's going to be
Whoa, why would this happen?
Oh, yeah.
Which samurai is going to join Luffy's crew?
None.
None of them.
That's where y'all are both wrong.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, okay. That or all of them. But they would be in the fleet, not the crew.
Or
I would see them being in the fleet, but I want one to join the crew.
I wanted to be Momo or Kinemon then. No, Momo's got to rule his country, and he needs his vassals.
I think Momo like does the Fishman Island where it's like I'm now under Luffy's protection kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it if it was Denjiro.
God, Denjiro's so fucking cool.
Exactly.
I mean, we're about to get to it, but this man...
in this last in page 12 and 14.
No, wait, before we get there, there's an important little moment that's happening. So, like, after Hiyori burns, Orochi goes into the boiling bath and is shivering.
Yeah.
I think that's a great kind of, like, how much of a coward Orochi really is.
Yeah, it's like the... That's what you kind of love about One Piece. It's so extreme in its storytelling, but it leaves an impact. Mm-hmm. And you also get this sense where he's like, so Oden survived in boiling water. I could take a boiling bath. I'm a man like Oden. And he can't even.
Well, it's like he's shivering. Like he's cold because he's so afraid. It's I just thought it was a great little moment to like really emphasize the point that no, Orochi has been terrified of this from the start. Like he doesn't feel like he's getting the upper hand. He feels like he's actually getting his comeuppance later.
And then we got
Hiyori being taken care of by Kawamatsu for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We got Doji just
kind of being sad.
And then we have Sindro having the biggest anger to have ever happened.
Mad. I love it. I've never seen someone angrier. He's so mad his facial structure changes.
His hair turns...
It doesn't change too much, but it does change a good amount. Like his ears get longer.
But... Well, his eyes go from like circular to angled.
But that's I can see that as just like him constantly being like just upset.
And his hair turns blue, so there's that.
It's blue?
Oh, it's One Piece, baby. They're all dumb. Guess what hair color Queen is?
Why isn't it white?
Wait. We're reading all these comics in black and white. His hair could have been blue the entire time.
Oh, fuck. No, it's not, though.
Yeah, but it could.
It could.
What's happening? I'm sorry.
It could have went from, like, a dark blue to, like, a light blue.
That's probably it.
That'd be good. But I like the idea of him having that white hair, because it's the idea of, like, just seeing so angry, all the color just comes out of your hair.
Yeah.
This man just, like, mopes in a cabin for a whole season, maybe a year.
Yeah, I think it's a year, for sure.
Well, I mean, it couldn't be because that's not how seasons work. It goes from spring to winter. So like most of a year. Yeah.
I like how he walks past these people talking shit, and then the next panel they're face down in the
No, Willer. It goes from like the summer or fall through winter into spring.
Okay. Possibly.
like because if you look at it, it doesn't have any snow when he's sitting there like yelling and being angry.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that doesn't mean it was over a year. It could mean that like it was under a year.
We're getting into semantics.
This is semantics. Anyways, homeboy was angry.
Well,
and...
he definitely, he came out of the place in the winter, so it means for a whole season at least he was putting his plan into action.
And he becomes this man who grows up from the streets, becomes Orochi's servant. And I love this idea that he has to become the witching boy to keep himself sane. Where he's like, I'm working for this guy that I hate so much. I'm just gonna be a Robin Hood at night because that's the only way I can rebel. Like, it's the only thing I have left.
But it's also the way that allows him to, because if you think about it, Orochi isn't really getting any money because he just steals Orochi's money, gives it back, and then whatever he keeps, he just gives it back to Orochi.
Right.
So he's screwing him.
I mean, it's his way of rebelling.
Right.
And then Hiyori grows up to become Murasaki, and she has to sleep with a lot of gross men. And good job, Toki. Nice. Good plan.
It could have been worse.
I just like how the witching boy was not who we thought it was.
Right. So that's the thing. When Hedgehog Boy said he was the witching boy, I was never sold because it was revealed in such a quick way. Where it was like, this feels like a lie.
Yeah.
So I was never sold.
Do something and then get rid of it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Hiyori leave Kappa?
This was explained. Kappa lost Hiyori.
Yes, that was in the arc with the whole sword and the fox.
When they first met, like when we first got introduced to Kawamatsu, I forgot what actually happened.
I do too.
To like split them up, but
it looks foggy in the image that where he loses her.
I don't like the panels where he cries like this. It's not the first time we've seen it, but he looks so sad.
Yeah.
No, it makes me so sad. My poor fish man boy.
Oh no, he just wanted to protect the princess.
I know.
Hiyori knows it's Denjiro though.
Yes.
And
well, no, she doesn't know at first. She gets lost. She's taken to the Yakuza boss, and he's like, "Oh my God, Lady Hiyori, I'm glad you ended up with me because Jesus." Could have been worse.
Literally anybody else, you've been screwed.
Yeah.
He goes, "You may not recognize me, my lady," but then she immediately goes, "Denjiro."
Yeah.
So
she goes, "Denjiro, is it really you?" No, he tells her off panel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, has Denjiro seen anybody now that they're back in the future?
Yes, he's definitely seen them, but he hasn't interacted with any of them.
Has he? Okay,
interesting.
He may have seen them. That's what I'm like saying. Has he interacted with any of them?
Well, Shootin' Maru multiple times. They've lived in the same country for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And Kawamatsu was in jail, and Kiku was also free, so they've seen him. So he's changed so much they don't recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They probably thought he died.
That's gonna be a great reveal. Like. Kyosho, he's gonna come like during the aid to act like he's gonna help Kaido and his crew, and then he's gonna jump on the boat
and then he's gonna cut off the traitor's head.
Ooh, everyone's gonna cut off the traitor's head.
Everyone, at least one.
9 sword style. So a really cool thing about Kyoshiro is when we first meet him, like early on, he's like, I for one hope that the samurai come back, like the legends say. Because I would love to brandish my blade again. So it makes it seem like he's like, I would love to fight them in combat, but it's more like, when they come back, I get to finally kill you, Orochi. That's so cool! He's quickly shot up as one of my favorite characters of this arc.
I like how...
I've always liked his design.
Yeah. Me and Willow this entire time, but like, what the fuck is going on with this man?
Oh, yeah, that was the big hot take that I got right.
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought you guessed that, but I wasn't sure.
Kyoshiro was going to be a good guy.
Well, yeah. That wasn't a super hot. That was lukewarm.
But, like, I remember Willard and I, like, were just like, what the... He obviously let Hiyori live.
Yeah.
But he just lets her go. There's no plan. What the hell is happening with this person? It was such a strange turn of events at the time.
You gotta remember, Willer, I just now caught up to One Piece during mid-Wano.
It's true. You're not trained like me to think about these things because you were binging.
I am not.
But you're catching up fast, son.
We're doing good. All right.
This brings us,
974.
this brings us to the most recent chapter. We get a little bit of explanation to how they faked the Komurasaki death. We get Kaido and Orochi drinking. I like how they hang out.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that Oda went from a very dark outline to this gray outline to like show that we're still in a flashback, but we're now closer to the present.
He does that.
Yeah. But like we could, I don't know. I just like that technique. But yeah, Orochi and Kaido, they're best buds for life.
Man.
I can't wait to get.
So they're just having their best bud talks as they do, and they're reminiscing on the past, like that crazy day. And he's getting intel from the trader, and he's also reminiscing about this trader. One thing I love about this trader reveal, or like this pre-reveal, One Piece has a lot of silhouettes, and they often will just show a character silhouetted, like Green Bull, who ate the silhouette fruit and will never get to see what he looks like, right? Or Oden, who had the silhouette fruit before him until we finally saw him. But interestingly, Kanjuro here is like in an amorphous blob.
Yeah, what's up with that?
So where some people were like, this reminds me of the souls that Big Mom eats or whatever. And some people were like, was he an ink person who ate like a painter fruit? No, I think this was a metaphorical show that there is no real Kanjuro. There is this person who is so broken and kind of sociopathic that they just want to act out and find a reason to die and a place to die.
They want to get the revenge and to die on like a grand stage almost.
Yeah, and like they have nothing to look for. They just want like a good death. And I think that's why he was drawn this way. And Joe, you finished Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, right?
Yes.
That's the one with Black Pearl.
Yes.
He reminds me of the Phantom.
Yes.
The final villain of that game.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of idea.
Yeah. I think it's definitely like it's almost at this point where like Kanjuro is like on the edge of suicide.
Yeah.
Like he's at the point where it's like I'm just looking for the next thing that's gonna kill me. And then finally, Orochi is almost being the old hag in this sense of like, I can give you
I can give you a purpose to live.
Yeah.
Moving on, we'll touch back on that. We get this page where it's like, and now set the stage for the rest of Act 3. Look at all the shit that happened. In this page here at the bottom, Kanjuro is not on it, even though he was present for that arc of the story.
With Doflamingo and everything.
Yeah, it's got Doflamingo and Caesar. Like, Kanjuro was there that whole time.
And I was like, all right, I know it's been 28 chapters, guys, but remember
Oda knows. Oda knows we know.
Yeah.
So we get back to the horrible scene where they're just like, well, the fleet's dead. We're just going to sail into the suicide mission and hopefully kill Kaido.
Man, look at these waves. They're so good.
They're so good. It's such an intense scene. And they're freaking out. Like, they're like, how do they know that our ships would be here? And so Law brought up, I think, in before that maybe the trader is one of you guys. And Kinemo never bought it. But at this point, he's like, I have to admit that it has to be one of us. Like, it's a likely story. And I love how Kanjuro's like, yeah, like, let's not freak out about it. Let's clear this up now.
It's a page
by
turn.
acknowledging that it was me. It's so good.
Yeah.
What? Like, okay, here's the thing.
Here's the deal, Dad.
Why? So even after Orochi told him he can reveal himself, why does he do it now? Is it because he thinks like this is it? Everybody's about to die.
Yeah, no, that was the dramatic point. Like, this should be the end of the samurai.
It's the end of the story. They're in a boat. And like, even if the pirates come out and get them, he can just make it like, oh, we're gonna take the ship now because it's storming outside. He has.
Well, no, I mean, he has no idea the pirates would come. He's like, this is the end. Like, Kaido's going to kill them, so it's time for my grand reveal so I can finish my play.
It's time to bow out.
Yeah. And it's a great page turner. But I also like how he says, I share joys and sorrows with y'all, earning your absolute trust, hating none of you, and meaning you no harm. So this is what this is why I'm kind of fascinated by Kanjuro as the trader now. Because he's such a, like, sociopath who doesn't feel anything. He just wants to do this play. He actually got invested in being one of the vassals and being one of the scabbards. And you can also get this idea that it's like, oh, you guys were my friends, but like
Yeah.
it didn't mean much to me, but you were my friends, and I enjoyed my time with y'all. But I was playing a part, and this is how I'm finishing my part.
Yeah. Play's over. We're all fired. Go home.
The thing that worries me though is because Oda is such a mustache twirling kind of villain guy. This is like he's been better though. Like admittedly,
Yeah.
his most recent like ever since the time skip, almost every villain has some more nuance to them. And I just hope that he doesn't waste this opportunity for nuance with Kanjuro. That's
I
my
don't
worry.
think so. I think like Conjuro's gonna stay like villainous and is not gonna like turn by any chance or any way. I feel like Conjuro is almost like Orochi to the absolute extreme to what happened to him.
I don't see. That's what I don't want.
Oh, you don't want that.
I want Kanjuro to maybe redeem himself or something. I want them
Nah.
to... No, hold on, hear me out. They could easily play this thing where now Kanjuro is just a evil guy for the rest of the arc, and I think that's a disservice. I think that's... I mean, it's still going to be fun because Oda makes fun villains, but I think he needs to explore that nuance a bit more and maybe write about this character who just doesn't know what they have in life, and they're able to talk no jutsu him back into maybe their fold. That's what I want, personally.
I don't think so. I
what's-
think the big
Go
thing
ahead.
here is that go ahead. Sorry, Kinemon needs to kill Conjuro. That's what I think needs to happen.
Kinemon needs to
not-
beat Kanjuro. That's my stance.
Kenjiro's not gonna die, and Momonosuke is gonna force him to revive the Kurozumi clan and redeem himself.
Boom. See, Tyler gets it. Like it's like
Yeah, that makes
Kanjuro's
more
not
sense.
like he might
That's
not
some
even be.
Oden shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good, and I really like that. It's like no, you're gonna redeem yourself. You're gonna repent by working for me and reviving your clan to make up for the wrongs that we've done in the past.
Yeah,
So
that makes more sense. It's more in line with One Piece because the other thing I mentioned this when Orochi's backstory or his motivation came out was that Orochi's very much the opposite of Robin and like very much like Doflamingo, where it's like a group of people that have been villainized and have just been cut down by no means other than the fact that they're associated with like by a tangent that they're associated with something.
And he takes it to the extreme.
Yeah, and I think like this is the point where it's kind of bringing that back of like you can't just. It's one of the big themes of One Piece, and that comes up in Water 7 that I really love is that like it's not a crime to be who you are.
Yeah.
That's a huge like thing. I feel like that's going to come back here with what Tyler said is that like you're part of this clan, but it doesn't mean you're a terrible person. You were just never given the opportunity to redeem yourself.
So you're still on this kill Kanjuro train, huh?
No, nah.
Because I feel like a lot of the fan base is gonna be hashtag fuck Kanjuro. So
Yeah.
like I feel like that kind of mindset you need to be open to him as a villain. Because yes, fuck Kanjuro, but what are we gonna
Yeah.
do with that? Like
Yeah.
you gotta be open minded to exploring what this character could mean. I love how within like a page of the review, I think like a page and a half goes through, and Kinemon's already trying to kill Kanjuro. Like,
just straight up flashes him.
It's a whole 2 page. No, yeah, it's a page. It's the half of the spread. It's the page and a half.
it's like
spread.
3 pages before kill.
Yeah.
I really hope this is a good animated episode. Because I want this to be like a horror scene and be really dramatic. Because you know in like anime, whenever characters kind of get like psychosadistic and like they start shaking their head and like moving their hands a lot, and like the camera is like tracking their head movement. And I really want that to happen while like Conjuro's just kind of explaining. It's like, why didn't you suspect any of us?
I want them to play this as the because I feel like that's what Oda did here, but I think the anime can do it even better if they play it like the grand review of a kabuki play,
That's what I was gonna say.
like a doom, like a moment of doom at the end of the play.
Yeah, because I feel like this page right here is like the end of one episode, and there's gonna be the next page and a half is gonna be the next episode with
has
multiple
2 hours.
flashbacks.
So
I'm not wrong.
I wanted to bring up something. We talk about it a lot as we read stuff with Bradley about like in the action scenes, Oda has a really good panel flow. We've been in this stretch where like it's so much story where the only like notable big panel flows that we see is like Oden cutting the boar in half, or last page with him carrying the plank.
Yeah.
In this spread here with the ships, I like how the wind is flowing up to the left corner, and Kanjuro's blade is following the same arc.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just it in these big story chapters, it's easy to miss these things, but I just wanted to bring it up as because it's something we do. It's a good flow.
Kinemon was so angry when he cut
He
it.
looks like Oden when he found out that Toki got shot and Orochi was fucking his company.
Yeah. Well, he found out Orochi was cucking his wife. Yeah, I love it. I just absolutely love it. Also, people have guessed like if Kanjuro is the traitor, he can draw good all along, and it's totally true.
This is the opposite of getting the boss in your party after you beat him.
Yeah. So did y'all keep up with like all I think I posted a thread with like all the evidence that led up to this reveal.
Yeah, and the left-handed and the right-handed.
We won't go too much into it, but there's the handedness. There's the fact that when he was captured by Doflamingo, he was fine. He didn't get a bounty in Dressrosa. Mm-hmm. He like somehow Jack knew where Zoe was, so it had to be someone that had a vivre card to Zoe, which would be one of the samurai, I guess. Mm-hmm. There's just all sorts of things like that.
So, well, I'll discuss at the end of this chapter because it's the more grander thing. So let's continue. But I'll keep in mind.
I want to mention a reason why I'm worried that Oda's going to play this too villainous is the fact that after when Kanjuro reveals, he's like a little bit of like a cackling villain.
Yeah.
But it could be him finishing his play. That's what I hope it is.
I think so.
I don't want him to have any emotions towards any of this. I want him to just be a dude who's playing his play.
Well, I think what's going to happen is, so we get to the end, and Kid, Luffy, and Law show up with the pirate crews
In an amazing panel.
God, it's a good fucking spread.
I got a chub. Full chub during that.
When you're at sea, you fight against pirates, motherfucker. It's cool because it's like, you're in sea, you're not fighting these samurai, you're dealing with us.
Yeah.
Naval battles in One Piece, it only took us 900 chapters, yo. We did it.
What was Big Mom escape not a naval battle?
Yes, it was. No, you're super right. Actually, yeah. Oda has said that in interviews that he wants to up the naval battles in like near the end of Whole Cake Island. He was saying that, so that makes sense. And in this arc, I think we're gonna get more.
I like Law's ship saving the samurai.
Yeah, from under
the submarine. Yeah, the submarine comes from under.
Man, I love how each. So what I love about this kind of shot in this panel, and like it's gonna probably be seen a lot more in the next chapter when we're gonna see like the 3 ships against the 3 ships, but each of these ships are so distinct and so different up against like Kaido's like massive like just homogenous fleet that all looks the same. So I think that's gonna be a cool like there's gonna be a great like cuts going to each ship, seeing how they fight, how each crew interacts.
You think this is 3 ships versus 3 ships? It seems like it.
We only see 3 ships. I wouldn't imagine Kaido sending more. Or
I don't want them to like trash like 10 ships. I want them to I want them to easily take on these 3 ships rather than just thrash 10 ships, because this is a Yonko's crew. Like Big Mom's crew, even the minor guys were competent, and I feel like Kaido's crew is less competent so far.
Cracker can beat Doflamingo.
Yeah, it's true, but the Doflamingo fans will get mad.
Yeah.
You see how much bigger these ships are than their pirate ships?
Oh, they're fucking massive.
They are huge.
This is gonna be a great Muso level if only they got that far.
Yeah.
Can we talk about why Law calls Kid Jaggy?
I think that's Luffy calling him Jaggy.
Is it?
Let's see.
Yeah, it is. It's Luffy calling him Jaggy.
So there's Traffy and Jaggy. That's what he calls him. I don't know why he's Jaggy, but it is what it is.
Jaggy.
So I think what's gonna happen. So here's kind of like how this arc is gonna be split into like 2 fronts, basically. The samurai, they're gonna throw the samurai back to shore because they have to chase down Kanjuro to get Omonosuke, which is either gonna go one of 2 ways. 1, they find the beach, or 2, he gets back to the capital, and that's where they also face off with Orochi later.
Well, if they get back to the capital, But Orochi's
Well, no,
an
Orochi's not in the capital. He's in
Onigashima.
Onagashi. Yeah, so never mind.
Onigashi, says Joe. But
Yeah.
I feel like that makes sense because you get to spring Denjiro's trap at that point.
Yeah, you do. Like Denjiro comes in and actually
Pincer attacks them.
Or even, here's what happens is Kanjuro gets all the way back to the capital. They follow him there, and Kiyoshiro's like, so, it's finally time. And just takes down Kanjuro and is able to, like, they're able to take the entire capital right then and there because Kiyoshiro's already there.
And don't forget that Kiyoshiro very explicitly found out the secret of the... He's the one who looked at... Oh my god, that makes so much more sense now.
Yeah.
Fuck. When he looks at the note and he figures out the meaning, I was like, are we never going to get an explanation to why he figured it out? It's because he was... I mean, he knows those symbols.
Yeah.
And then he's the one that instated this idea of capturing them all. So he captured them all to put them all in one place. He gathered an entire army so he can release them all at once.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I told you this. Yeah.
Kyoshiro, you're so hot. I love this blue boy. Josuke looking fuck.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna go. We're gonna go split in two fronts. That's how.
Bold of you to assume a modern One Piece arc only has two fronts.
It's gonna be 4, but to simplify, just like there's the naval front, and then there's the taking over the capital.
Okay, but what does the end game look like then? Because are they gonna succeed at Onigashima then?
No. I think what ends up happening is they take down these 3 ships, and then they take the capital back, and now Kaido has to come to them. And it's much easier to defend than it is to attack.
Nah, they're attacking. We need to see what
That's
the Fire
true.
Island looks like.
It is Luffy.
Yeah, no.
I think Big Mom will get defeated, and Kaido will betray Orochi.
No. Big Mom and Luffy's going to beat both of them in one fight this arc somehow.
So
here's Big Mom rides Kaido.
Ooh! I mean, that's gotta happen.
Yeah, and then but then also Luffy rides Momonosuke and deals the final blow by taking them both out from the sky. Like
Yeah,
they
that's
fall
hot.
on top of each
That's
other.
hot. Ooh, Will Smith.
Get those instant bars ready,
Because
boys.
like no, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm thinking though. If Kyoshiro defeats the capital, then the arc needs to end in this salvo. Like this can't be a failure because if Kaido and Orochi win, they can't go back to the capital because it was already taken. That just feels like messy storytelling because then Kaido and Orochi take the capital back. So it was like we got this taking over the capital and then they take it back and then they have to have round 2.
let's refer to my spreadsheet I made of predictions of who's gonna fight who.
Tyler's spreadsheet is fucking rad.
Yeah.
So I had Luffy and Law fighting Kaido.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah.
I did have Kinemon and Shutamaru fighting Kanjuro.
Right,
Ooh.
because we were guessing that it was him.
Yeah. Everybody kind of thought about it at that point.
Who's Shutamaru? It's the guy that stayed, correct?
Ashura
With-
Denjiro, the fat boy. Yeah.
But the other one that's not.
Why did I call
Why do I call
Ashura
him-
Denjiro? No, that's not right.
Yeah.
Why do I call him Shutamaru?
No, that's his. He has 2 names. He has
Yes,
2
two.
names. You're right.
Kid is gonna split off with Killer and Caribou to fight Big Mom.
Caribou. No, what? Caribou.
Car-
All right, we're out.
Caribou is gonna be in this fight.
No, Caribou's gonna resupply the entire army with weapons.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the background for sure. But
Yeah.
He's gonna be there.
all right, yeah, but
Zoro is gonna fight King and maybe Hawkins.
I think
Okay.
Hawkins and Law are gonna go another round. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I see a lot of people predicting that all of the worst generation is gonna turn on Kaido and Big Mom.
That could happen.
that sounds
but I don't
badass.
think-
But I don't see because they need to be villains. Like what I want, what I dream of, and it'll never happen because that's just not how One Piece works anymore. Is
Yeah.
that the Straw Hats, like the minor Straw Hats, fight the worst generation captains? Isn't that perfect? Like Luffy should be way above them. He's Pirate King.
Oh, you mean the worst generations that are on Kaido's and themselves?
I want like Brook versus the Sound Idiot, and I want like
Apu?
Frankie versus X Drake. Like that's the kind of shit I want
Frankie
to
versus
see.
X Drake would be hot.
That's hot, right?
No, it's gonna be It's
Chopper.
gonna be
Let Chopper
Chopper-
fuck.
no. So Chopper and Carrot versus Jack is a great fight, I think, because Jack's the one that came in onto Zoe. Chopper has a really big connection with Zhao now. Like he's really all for it, and Carrot's face.
Chopper
Yeah.
fighting Jack. That's the
Yeah.
4th strongest person in
Yeah,
Big
he'll
Mom's
do it.
in
He'll
Kaido's
fucking do
crew. I would love that. That's just not how One Piece works, buddy. That's just not.
Carrot's gonna get his revenge, and this is where Chopper gets his power boost of being able to go Midnight Zoe.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's not a mink.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He's gonna learn it anyway. It's super.
I don't know who Robin will fight because
Robin and fighting? What?
Yeah.
Joe, fucking
He's
wake
gonna
up.
be with Kiyoshiro and Shinobu, and they're gonna take on Fukuro, Kuju, and the 10 Ninjas.
Right. So the 10 Ninjas will be
Yeah.
like a thing where it's happening in the background for a lot of chapters, and we'll just see some attacks thrown here and there.
Because there's gonna be a Poneglyph somewhere on this island, and Kiyoshiro knows where it is.
There's two.
Kiyoshiro knows where they are, so Robin's got to go find them, but they're
Yeah.
infiltrating, and the 10 Ninjas are there. That's why Shinobu's there.
So don't forget, Big Mom's crew is definitely rescued by now because they're an alliance.
I forgot who is all with them.
So she has Flampe, Smoothie,
Prospero.
Paraspero.
That's what.
Like,
yeah.
so those are three of like the hyped ones. Paraspero in particular did a shit ton in Whole Cake. Was Oven or Daifuku with her? I don't remember.
I don't think so. Tyler, go back.
No, this is good. Tyler's pulling up Big Mom's crew.
Yeah.
Maybe images will show it. Oh yeah, maybe the wiki will just say, "Here's all the people that were there." We're in deep speculation mode now, guys. Please enjoy as we just ramble.
Prologue getting to Wano. Type in Big Mom. Yeah, there we go.
The rest of the Big Mom pirates.
On the Queen Mom charter.
Kaido would kill her.
You gotta scroll up a little bit from here.
No, because that's the next part.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not gonna say it here. We just gotta see that spread of them.
Mm-hmm. I know Katakuri's not there because
Katakuri's
Katakuri's
not there.
dying.
He's probably being shamed.
Oh, there he is. Right, left hand side, left hand, top left. That's it.
Okay. Well, that's not
He's
all.
a-
Okay, Daifuku's there,
Yeah.
which is Kaido's son, as we know. Parasperos is there, and I forgot who this right man is, but I remember seeing him a lot.
Yeah, I think it's just it's not the biggest hitters for sure.
Tyler. Well, it's the third and fourth and fifth strong. Like if Oven is here, he's like the fourth strongest. Parasperos is the third.
But remember, I think a big portion of them are still back on Whole Cape because they have to repair everything. Literally,
Tyler,
the whole place got trashed.
Can you click on that one, like the middle one in the top row there, on the right hand side? No.
This one?
No, it's too late.
No,
We're
it's
far
too
beyond.
late.
It's on that one that has Big Mom in the middle. Where it says Big Mom Pirates. Who else is? So we see Smoothie there. She's the tall lady.
Oh yes, Smoothie is there.
Scarecrow Boy.
Yeah.
Paraspero.
So she's got like they'll be there. They'll show up.
That's a
got
lot of
Gene
characters.
Guy.
I don't know how you fit them all in.
Well, I mean,
Unless it's done in
but
2 acts.
we have a surplus of character on the good guys' side of name characters. We have a surplus. So, I mean, I don't believe that One Piece does one-on-one fights anymore. I think people who are wanting that are going to get sorely disappointed. That's just not how things work these days.
Thank God, because after having to experience Luffy versus Katakuri in the anime format, that was the worst thing ever.
Sorry. That's still happening. Luffy's still getting his one-on-ones. I'm saying the Straw Hats no longer get one-on-ones, and people who are wanting that are going to be disappointed. That's my stance. Unless it's like quick, like half chapter, like happened in Dressrosa, where like all the Dofi people got taken out in a couple of pages.
If people still want that, I'm sure there will be lots of anime filler.
That's true.
One-on-one fight.
I mean, this would be the arc, though. It's all building up to this. So I'm willing to humor it, but I'm not counting on it.
Yeah.
I still think Zoro and Sanji are gonna get their one-on-ones.
Zoro and Sanji are going to team up against one person.
No, what? No way.
That's true.
Jinbei is fighting Jack. That's what I'm thinking. Shut up! He's alive!
Willard still thinks Jinbei's alive.
Oh my god.
Put Jinbei on the evil side because Jinbei is actually going to fight someone.
Jinbei be like,
oh, like that fish.
Jesus.
Oh, that's great.
Yamero.
I have Nami and Usopp fighting Orochi.
No, that's not.
No, that's
not
going to be
it.
the 9 Scarabs. That's the 9 Scarabs for sure.
Scarabs.
Scarabs. That's what they are.
Scabbards, Joe.
Sorry, I
And
don't know
I'm
why.
the foreign person of the group.
Who are Nami and Usopp fighting then?
Honey, you got a storm coming.
Yeah.
If they had to, I could see Nami fighting some of the ninjas and Usopp fighting like a big mom pirate or something.
I had Nami teaming up with Kid to fight Big Mom with Nimbus.
Actually, Nami. No. So here's the thing. Here's where you're wrong. Here's where like you're missing the point that Luffy is not going to fight just Kaido. He's going to fight them both.
Yeah, at the same time.
Maybe, but like it is not going to be like no one else is going to take care of Big Mom. No one here is strong enough. Like Luffy's not strong enough.
Yeah. Or it's the 3 worst generation pirates against the 3 captains versus Big Mom.
That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be 3v2.
Because if you think about it, that's how. Because originally it was 3. It was Hawkins, X-Drake, and another one, Apu, Scatman Apu, teamed up to try to take down Kaido.
And they
Kaido's
failed.
like, "Whoops! Join my crew and don't die."
Yeah.
Apu might not be in the fight.
Apu's going to be in the fight.
He just got there, and he doesn't seem.
What's your point?
What's your point? He's perfect fight filler.
Yeah. I feel like Apu is like, yo, I don't really care about any of this. Kaido's going down. I'm getting out of here.
Nah.
Nah.
Brook is killing Apu, and we're all going to be happy.
That would be interesting to have one of the worst generation go down.
No, they're all going down, dude.
So here's the big thing.
Okay, even if they're not getting big fights, which because that doesn't exist in One Piece anymore, they're still going down. Like,
yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. All of these characters are connected back to the world government somehow, because Kaido is dealing with the world government, and the world government wants Wano to be closed. And for the most part, when that happens, the world government kind of comes in and scoops up the mess and carts them all off the prison, right?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to Kaido and everybody? Because there's no way the world government comes in and scoops them up, because
they're showing up in Raftel as allies for sure. Don't catch me slipping. Including Kaido. This is One Piece, trust.
So, but like, what happens immediately afterwards? Like, there's no way they just put him in the basement in Wano. That doesn't
immediately
happen.
Afterwards, they're in Impel Down in the depths.
But what I'm saying is, I don't see the world government coming to Wano to pick them up like in Dressrosa. That's the thing I'm seeing.
Cypherpole's there.
Cypherpole's there, dude. They're super taking them home.
Cypherpole and Sword are both there.
Yeah, they're actually going to be taken to executions or like they'll have scheduled executions, but I don't think we'll get to that in the story. They'll break out by then or something.
I'm trying to think about what's going to happen, because to me it's like there's so much invested in Wano by every party member, and like I even pointed out to you, Willer, is that the Revolution's even looking into where Doflamingo got his weapons originally.
Yeah.
Even they're probably looking into Wano now. So it's like all these powers are like actually kind of in the background coming together.
All I'm saying is there is more than enough ways that they can cart them, like like Akainu is like looking for a way to get in right now. There's totally a way for them to get them.
But like it's not going to be a clean thing. Well, I guess Dressrosa wasn't too clean, but at least Fujitoro's is like, I'll just keep rolling these dice and see what happens, and maybe we'll go get him today, maybe not.
Maybe not. I do want to bring up one extra thing. I think we've reached the point where it's all progression from this point on. I think we've officially covered all the backstory. Like, we've covered all the setup. We are just going to hit action and action and action from this point on.
We've hit all the backstory except for one character.
Who?
Kaido.
That's mid-fight. Or early fight.
Yeah.
What?
I don't think Kaido's is going to be as long as this one. It's going to be like 2 or 3 chapters.
Kaido's going to get as long as Big Mom got, you know? Which wasn't that long.
Yeah.
Maybe a chapter or 2?
In anime time, it was forever.
You don't exist, baby. You're safe now. Like, you're good. You don't have to worry anymore.
Because we're going to get, I think it's going to be 2 chapters. We're going to see Kaido pre-Wano, and then we're going to see Kaido post-Oden death.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
The press Kaido.
Yeah.
Millennial 2020 coronavirus Kaido.
Also, we didn't mention how skinny Kaido was way back 20 years ago.
He looked like a rocker god. I bet Katakuri's
Yeah.
like, my dad was so cool.
Yeah.
So that's why he dresses like a punk.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we hit the arc stride. You know, like it still means we have like dozens and dozens of chapters ahead of us, but we're hitting the action now. Like
We're at the point now where we are in open combat against the foes. Like in Dressrosa, how there's a bunch of this sneaking around and everything. We're now getting to the point where like we're just gonna brawl it out.
And think of it, we've covered like every known character. We've covered parts about them. Like I feel like it's all the ducks are lined up now.
And we care about Wano enough.
I can't think of anything we're really missing aside maybe something about the swordsmith. You know, like that's the one character who hasn't gotten much. The one who wears the Tengu mask, but that's about it.
He'll make Zoro a new sword for like Act 4 or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Oh, Zoro could easily just kill all these fucking shits with his goddamn sword.
Yeah, he's like, whoops. Whoops, I'm in a Muso game, whoops.
And next chapter's gonna be hot. It's gonna be action packed, or it's gonna just be another flashback. Who knows?
No, impossible.
Yeah,
the age of
God, I can't
flashbacks
wait.
is over.
It's been 20 chapters. I think this was the longest flashback in One Piece.
It was the longest stretch without Luffy.
Yeah,
that we've ever had in One Piece. I miss my boy.
I guess I'm ready. I don't know. Maybe.
You got any hot takes? Because we're gonna wrap up here.
Jet Queen King Ace's body is coming back via the only other character who knows how to get to Wano.
Ooh! Oh no! We gave him more evidence. Joe, you've gone too far.
Nah. Throw the bark's dead. It's gone. It's sunk. Numbers came in.
Will Dragon show up in Wano?
Yes.
That's too much. I think.
No, Dragon won't show up. Koala for sure will show up. I think.
Why? Why her for sure?
Because she's investigating the weapons.
Why not Betty Boo? Or whatever the big
Betty Boo can come,
is.
sure, but I think Koala's going to come because Koala's going to catch us up on what happened at the Reverie arc with Sabo and Vivi and everything.
Right, the fact that Sabo is dead.
Right?
What'd you say?
The fact that Sabo's dead.
Yeah, the fact that Sabo is dead.
Which lets Ace come back with his fruit. Oh no!
No!
Yes! Yes!
Oh,
the
man.
science is adding up.
All that's adding up is that Oda did not think that far ahead, where he's like, well, I'm going to use a card gimmick later.
No. So here's how it works. Blackbeard and Ace were pirates together, and Ace saw Blackbeard discovering how to have more than one devil fruit at once.
Oh, stop
Brooke
it.
died, and then Ace, on his venture, found Brooke's fruit again.
Brooke has always had his fruit. Shut up. That's the whole reason why he didn't die. He was a spirit.
He dies, and the fruit gets recycled.
No. He can do, like, spirit form stuff. He can turn into a ghost.
All I'm saying.
So, Marco's totally going to die in Elphaba. That's just me. Elphaba.
Elphaba? Jesus, the things you say, Joe.
Isn't Vivi dead, too?
Vivi might be. No, Vivi's
King
gonna be
Cobra.
executed.
King Cobra for sure dead.
King Cobra dead.
Cobra?
Yeah.
Yeah. Her father.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rest
for
in
sure
peace
dead.
to the homie.
It would be nice to know what went down at Reverie.
Well, if
That's
there is indeed 5 acts, I think we might only get 3. I don't know. But if there's indeed 5, then we'll find out pretty soon.
What if they had this fight and Kyle Big Mom were like, listen, your captains versus us, and then that's it. That's the game. We settle it there. 101, mano y mano, platform, Davy back fight.
What the Davy back fights with Shanks? Like, do you even One Piece?
Yeah.
We're just gonna be still reading Wano by the end of 2021.
No, I don't think that far out.
So,
let's see. That's 100 chapters almost.
Yeah, it's not gonna be over yet.
We're gonna have just finished Wano at the end of 2021.
Yep.
okay, so we're gonna get about.
We're gonna be
40
smelling Elbaf out in the distance.
We're gonna get about 40 chapters this year. That's kind of, I think, being generous. So I mean, I think we'll get to the epilogue of this arc by the end of this year.
Oh man, we could die any day. Like any day, we could trip down and just never
Oda
see
could
how
die.
One Piece ends. Oda, oh my God! Knock on that wood, boy. I hope Oda is in an Omega quarantine room where he passes his manga papers to his assistants through a very like curated tube.
Sprayed.
Yeah,
And then they get like sprayed down.
yeah. This is going on during the quarantine. If y'all didn't know, I don't know when I'll upload this because I'm kind of waiting on some thumbnails from our thumbnail guy. So it's
Oh, what thumbnails were there?
What?
Oh, no,
Anyways.
Hey, I took a good amount of time drawing the thumbnail for this talk.
That's true. Shoutouts. The thumbnail for this video have been hand colored, digitally hand colored by our boy Tyler.
Yeah.
It looks great. That's enough One Piece. This is the longest One Piece talk we've ever done for Wano.
It was a good One Piece talk. I'm so glad the Oden flashback is done. Probably one of the best flashbacks we've had in One Piece.
Yeah, Oden's a badass. I love him.
Join us for our next talk about Warzone.
Yeah. And speaking of, here's what I'm thinking.